Kari Lake is behind in the polls? I'm so not stunned. Opinion. Kari Lake has problems that may well cost Republicans the Senate race in what was a reliably red seat until 2018, when Donald Trump first started endorsing candidates. It's not looking good for Kari Lake, as a new internal poll conducted for Senate Republicans suggests they may be on track to lose in Arizona. Again, that is. The poll, taken by the National Republican Senate Committee, shows Lake trailing Democrat Ruben Gallego by 4 points, with independent Kyrsten Sinema sucking away support from Arizona's MAGA queen. At best, the race is a statistical tie, if you consider the poll's margin of error. Meanwhile, here in the land of delusion, Lake, the Trump-endorsed candidate who has spent the last 2 years sneering at RINOs, says independents and disaffected Democrats will be the key to her Senate run. No kidding. She really said that. I think we're having a lot of independents, and even some Democrats, who are disaffected and looking at their party recognizing that it doesn't work, Lake told the Washington Examiner this week. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than. Never mind a poll this summer that showed that only 30% of independents like Lake while 51% do not. In the poll, by Noble Predictive Insights, 51% of Arizona voters surveyed had an unfavorable opinion of the self-proclaimed Mama Bear. Even 29% of Republicans held their nose when her name came up. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than. I'm guessing that would be the McCain wing of the party. The voters who Lake not only didn't court during her 2022 run for governor but actively invited to get the hell out of one of her final campaign events. Lake has two big problems. One is Trump. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than. Lake has two problems that may well cost Republicans the race in what was a reliably red seat until 2018, when Donald Trump first started counseling Arizonans on who they should send to the Senate. Lake's number one problem: Trump and their shared passion for pitching conspiracy theories and denying the will of the electorate. He may be the golden ticket in a Republican primary, but he's an albatross around the neck come November. Consider his 2018 and 2020 endorsements of Martha McSally and his 2022 endorsement of Blake Masters, not to mention his endorsements of Lake, Governor, Abe Hamada, Attorney General, and Mark Finchem, Secretary of State. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than. Lake and Finchem lose yet another election lawsuit. Lake already has the Republican Senate primary wrapped up, yet she continues to tout Trump's endorsement when she should be demanding that he take it back and butt out. It doesn't help that she also attracts endorsements from such far-right visionaries as State Senator Jake Hoffman, our fake elector, and State Senator David Farnsworth, the Mesa Republican who has said he believes the devil, literally, led the conspiracy to steal the 2020 election from Trump. Lake was an exceptionally ungracious winner after last year's Republican primary, when she proudly proclaimed to have shoved into the heart of the McCain machine after defeating Karen Taylor Robson. She is also possibly the world's second sorest loser, having declared that she beat now Gov. Katie Hobbs in a landslide, and that Maricopa County's Republican recorder Stephen Richer is the criminal who stole her glory. To have any hope of winning in 2024, she would have to both move on from the conspiracy talk and make amends to the moderate Republicans and independents who for the last 3 election cycles have sent Democrats to the Senate. Our joke of an immigration policy could be a boon to Lake given Biden's bungle on the border and Gallego's record, if only she could dial down her histrionic cries of invasion. Try as she may to now soft-pedal her views or just dodge the question. Lake was rooting for the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade last year so that Arizona's great territorial-era law, the one that criminalizes abortion even in cases of rape and incest, could make a comeback. Sure, try selling that to all those disaffected Democrats and independents, especially if the Arizona Supreme Court rules that the territorial law is now Arizona law, here in a state where polls show most people believe abortion should be allowed, to a point. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than. Sinema, by the way, has polled fairly well with both independents and moderate Republicans who crave bipartisan solutions. Among Democrats, however, she scores just a half a percentage point above Lucifer himself. The party faithful despised Sinema even before she curtsied as she voted no on a bill to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Accordingly, to what should be no one's surprise, the NSRC poll reportedly shows Sinema pulling more votes from Lake than Gallego. Which will matter not a whit to the MAGA crowd, which would rather purify the party than actually win elections. There's a reason no traditional Republicans are bothering to run for the Senate. It's a given that even Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, or as Lake referred to him last year, the old bat, and his fellow Republican leaders would be sending truckloads of money to Lake's campaign if they thought she had a shot at helping Republicans take control of the Senate.